Welcome to my channel. HD Rare Coins 111. In this video I tell you about the United States of America all coins which are most expensive, rare, valuable, and rare. If you interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Top 1. In the vast world of coin collecting, few coins stir excitement quite like the Lincoln 1-cent penny from 1974. This small copper treasure, often overlooked in everyday change, holds a history and mystery that continues to captivate collectors and historians alike. Its legacy isn't just about its face value, it's about what it represents, how it was made, and the rare surprises hidden within its many varieties. The Lincoln penny has long been a cornerstone of American currency. Introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, it marked the first time a real person appeared on a circulating U.S. coin. Since then, millions upon millions have passed through hands, pockets, and cash registers. But among these billions, some hold stories that are truly remarkable, especially the ones minted in 1974. What makes the 1974 Lincoln penny stand out so powerfully is the strange and experimental path it took during a time when the U.S. Mint was grappling with economic decisions. The price of copper was soaring in the early 1970s, and officials began to consider changing the composition of the penny. The traditional copper-based coin was becoming too expensive to produce. So, in 1974, the U.S. Mint decided to experiment. Most 1974 pennies were still made from the standard 95% copper and 5% zinc alloy, but a very small batch was struck using an experimental material, aluminum. The Mint created over 1.5 million aluminum cents and distributed some to Congress for feedback. But soon after, they realized that these new pennies could pose serious problems in vending machines and with metal detectors in hospitals. The plan was scrapped, and the Mint tried to retrieve all the aluminum cents. However, not all were recovered. A few escaped into the wild, making them some of the most sought-after coins in all of numismatics. But even the regular copper 1974 penny has its own variants and special traits that can elevate its value dramatically. It's not just about composition, it's about mint marks, strike quality, and rare errors that set one coin apart from another. One key factor that affects the value of any Lincoln penny, especially from 1974, is where it was minted. Pennies struck at the Philadelphia Mint carry no mint mark. Those from Denver have a small D, and those from San Francisco bear an S. The 1974 S pennies, especially the proof versions, are beautifully struck and often kept in pristine condition by collectors. But sometimes, it's not the proof coins that make headlines, it's the flawed, off-center, or doubled die coins that skyrocket in worth. Double die errors occur when the die that strikes the coin has a misaligned or duplicated design. These coins display a noticeable doubling on the date or lettering, making them instantly eye-catching. The 1974 Lincoln penny has been discovered with a few of these errors, and when found in mint state condition, they're considered treasures. Another rare feature that drives up the value of the 1974 penny is its condition. Coins graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services can fetch hundreds, or even thousands of dollars depending on the variant. But one of the biggest game changers is the presence of full, crisp details and an untouched surface. What collectors call red condition, indicating a coin that still holds its original copper brilliance. Beyond physical characteristics, the story and provenance of a coin also matter. Some rare 1974 Lincoln pennies have turned up in unexpected places: old jars, inherited coin collections, or even inside dusty piggy banks forgotten for decades. Their discovery often leads to astonishment, especially when a coin initially thought to be worth 1 cent turns out to be a small fortune. What really fuels the passion of collectors is the thrill of the hunt. The idea that a valuable coin might be hiding in plain sight adds a magical quality to numismatics. The 1974 penny, especially those from special mint sets or those with obscure mint errors, could be the very coin that changes someone's life overnight. It's important to remember that coin collecting isn't just about monetary value, it's about history. The 1974 Lincoln penny captures a moment when America was adapting to economic change, experimenting with solutions, and unknowingly creating rarities in the process. Every scratch, every shine, And every mint mark tells part of that story. In recent years, as more people have turned to collecting for both investment and nostalgia, the spotlight has returned to the 1974 penny. Auction houses, coin shows, and private sales have all seen a surge of interest in these coins, particularly those with verified rare traits. As collectors battle for the rarest examples, the prices continue to soar to new heights. What makes the 1974 penny even more thrilling is the element of surprise. It's entirely possible that someone right now is walking around with a rare coin in their wallet, completely unaware. That unassuming copper penny could be one of the few that collectors dream of owning. As we continue to explore the rare and valuable coins from U.S. history, the Lincoln 1-cent penny from 1974 stands tall as a testament to a time of transition and intrigue. It reminds us that sometimes the smallest items carry the biggest stories. In a world where so much is digital and fast-paced, coins like the 1974 Lincoln penny offer something tactile and timeless. They represent craftsmanship, history, and the enduring power of curiosity. So if you ever come across a 1974 Lincoln penny, don't dismiss it. Take a closer look. Examine the date, the mint mark, the color, and the strike. Because just maybe, you're holding something extraordinary. Coin dealers and collectors across the country continue to search tirelessly for the rarest 1974 variations, offering handsome rewards for coins in exceptional condition or with unique errors. Their passion fuels a community that spans generations, all drawn together by the thrill of discovery. While not every 1974 penny will bring fortune, one in particular made headlines for its sheer rarity and perfect condition. It was a copper coin, with striking details and a story behind its preservation that impressed even the most seasoned experts. That very coin, a 1974 Lincoln 1-cent penny, was ultimately valued at $130,000. Top 2. In the world of numismatics, there's one coin that continues to capture the imagination of collectors and treasure hunters alike. A coin that most people have seen, touched, or even spent without a second thought. It's the Lincoln 1-cent penny from the year 1975. But don't let its small size and humble value fool you, because within this coin lies a tale of rarity, mystery, and unexpected fortune that could very well change someone's life. The Lincoln cent has always been an icon in American coinage. Since its debut in 1909, it has held its place as one of the most circulated coins in U.S. history. The profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse was a groundbreaking design at the time, and it still stands strong more than a century later. But the 1975 Lincoln penny holds a unique position in that long lineage, a position shaped by history, economics, and the tiniest details that separate ordinary from extraordinary. The year 1975 was a time of change in America. From political shifts to economic uncertainty, the nation was going through a period of reevaluation and reform. Inflation was affecting everything, including the materials used to mint coins. The copper content of pennies was under constant review, and while the U.S. Mint hadn't made a switch yet, they were closely monitoring every cent produced. Most 1975 pennies were minted with the standard composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, with mints in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco all producing coins for circulation. The Philadelphia coins bore no mint mark, while those from Denver and San Francisco carried a D and S, respectively. Each mint produced millions of coins, but among those vast numbers were a handful of pieces unlike the rest, coins that would eventually become treasures. One of the biggest draws to the 1975 penny is the allure of rare errors. During the minting process, even the slightest misalignment or mechanical malfunction can produce coins with dramatic, unusual characteristics. These can include doubled die obverse, off-center strikes, and die cracks, features that turn an everyday penny into a collector's dream. And in 1975, such errors did occur, but they were few, making them all the more desirable. Another reason collectors are obsessed with this coin is the mystery of transitional errors. While 1975 was officially the last full year before a planned update to coin designs and compositions, rumors have long circulated that experimental strikes and test pieces may have been minted under tight security. Though few have ever surfaced, The possibility that such coins exist continues to fuel excitement among numismatists. Condition also plays a huge role in determining a coin's value, and the 1975 Lincoln penny is no exception. A coin in circulated, worn condition might not catch any attention, but one in mint state with full luster and no visible blemishes can command serious attention from buyers and auction houses alike. Red-toned pennies, those with their original copper brilliance, are the most sought after of all. Then there's the question of provenance. Some of the most valuable 1975 Lincoln pennies weren't just rare because of their condition or errors, they were rare because of where they came from. Coins pulled directly from sealed U.S. mint sets, or those preserved in private collections for decades, often maintain qualities that coins in circulation lose quickly. These coins tell a story, not just about the year they were minted, but about the hands they passed through and the lives they touched. It's that very human connection that makes coin collecting so compelling. Holding a 1975 Lincoln penny is like holding a piece of American history. Every detail, from Lincoln's profile to the words, "In God We Trust," tells a story of a nation, of values, and of a people bound by shared currency and tradition. As the years go by, coins like the 1975 penny become even more valuable, not just because they grow rarer, but because they represent a fading chapter in physical currency. In a world racing toward digital transactions, tangible coins are becoming relics of a different time. But for collectors, that's exactly what makes them priceless. Across the country, coin dealers, auctioneers, and collectors are constantly on the lookout for exceptional examples of the 1975 penny. Whether it's a coin with a rare mint error, an ultra-high grade, or a mysterious backstory, the demand is always high. And when the right coin surfaces, the bidding can become intense, pushing prices far beyond what anyone might expect from a 1-cent piece. There's something enchanting about the idea that hidden value could be sitting in a jar of change, forgotten at the back of a drawer. It's the treasure hunt, the thrill of discovery, that keeps people searching. And when someone stumbles across a 1975 Lincoln penny with all the right traits, it can feel like uncovering buried gold. Stories have emerged of individuals unknowingly holding on to valuable pennies for years, only to find out later that they're worth thousands. These tales are not urban legends. They're real-life examples of how knowledge, patience, and a bit of luck can lead to surprising rewards. It's not just seasoned collectors who get lucky. Sometimes, it's a child going through a coin album with a parent. Sometimes, it's a senior rediscovering a box of keepsakes. And sometimes, it's a casual observer who notices a slight doubling in the lettering or an unusually strong shine. These small moments often lead to big discoveries. The market for rare coins continues to evolve, and as more people become aware of the hidden gems among everyday coins, the competition grows. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that are certified, rare, and in pristine condition. The Lincoln penny from 1975 fits all these categories when the right version is found. Over time, this humble penny has grown into a symbol of opportunity. It reminds us that value can hide in plain sight, and that even the smallest things can carry great worth. All it takes is a keen eye, a little knowledge, and the belief that history still lives in the palm of your hand. So if you come across a 1975 Lincoln 1-cent penny, don't toss it aside. Hold on to it. Study it. Examine the date, the mint mark, and the condition. Because what you're holding might not just be another coin, it might be a window into the past and a key to unexpected fortune. One such 1975 Lincoln penny, with extraordinary preservation and a rare doubled die error, stunned the numismatic community. With its sharp details, radiant copper luster, and historical significance, it sparked a bidding war that ended with an incredible payout. That very coin was ultimately valued at $125,000. Top 3. In the heart of American coin collecting, few coins blend nostalgia, history, and monetary surprise like the Lincoln 1-cent penny from 1976. While millions of Americans spent this little coin every day without a second thought, collectors today are keeping their eyes peeled, knowing that a rare version of this coin could unlock a hidden fortune. What looks like a simple copper cent might just be the key to an astonishing discovery. The year 1976 was a landmark moment in the United States. The country was celebrating its bicentennial, 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Fireworks lit the skies, parades rolled through towns, and every corner of the nation radiated patriotic pride. Commemorative coins were issued that year, like the special quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coin with dual dates of 1776 to 1976. But curiously, the Lincoln penny remained unchanged, quietly continuing with the traditional design it had carried since 1959. Yet, the 1976 Lincoln penny has its own unique story. Struck during a time of national celebration, it carries the weight of a historic moment even though it doesn't display any special markings. But that's the beauty of this coin, its simplicity masks its potential rarity. While most 1976 pennies were struck in high numbers at 3 U.S. mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, hidden among those are extremely rare versions that collectors chase feverishly. One of the biggest factors that sets valuable 1976 pennies apart is the presence of mint errors. Mistakes during the striking process can result in coins that are dramatically off-center, double-struck, or show doubled dies where the date or lettering appears to have a shadow. These imperfections, while unintentional, are like gold to collectors. And in 1976, such errors did occur, just not in large numbers. Mint marks also make a difference. Pennies struck in Denver have a small d under the date, while those from San Francisco, often minted for proof sets, carry an S. Philadelphia minted coins, on the other hand, were produced without a mint mark. The San Francisco proof versions are especially sought after, not just because of their mirror-like finish, but because some contain extremely rare die errors that occurred during the minting process. Another element that determines a coin's value is its color and condition. When a penny retains its original copper shine, collectors refer to it as red condition. These coins are far more desirable than brown, or red-brown, versions, which have oxidized over time. Finding a 1976 Lincoln penny in flawless, mint-red condition is tough, and when combined with a rare error or variation, the price skyrockets. But that's not where the surprises end. Over the decades, a few unusual 1976 pennies have surfaced in collections, coin rolls, and even old family keepsake boxes. These aren't just regular cents, they're either struck on the wrong metal planchet, show extraordinary doubling, or were minted with reverse dies from other years. These anomalies are the stuff of legend and make every 1976 penny worth a second glance. The mystery deepens when we consider that some transitional errors may have slipped into circulation during this time. Transitional errors happen when a coin is struck using a design or metal that wasn't officially used that year. While none have been widely confirmed for the 1976 penny, rumors and a few questionable examples continue to circulate among collectors, fueling speculation and increasing demand. For coin enthusiasts, the excitement comes from the chase. Searching through rolls of pennies from the bank, inspecting old change jars, or revisiting inherited collections are part of a thrilling journey that could lead to an unexpected jackpot. The thought that a penny from 1976, so common, so ordinary, could turn out to be worth a small fortune keeps collectors looking. It's not just about money. Each Lincoln penny tells a story. The image of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most revered figures in American history, stares confidently from the obverse. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial stands tall, a tribute to unity and strength. These symbols combined with the right minting characteristics make certain 1976 pennies treasures beyond their metallic value. Coin grading also plays a pivotal role. Professional coin graders evaluate each coin's condition and assign it a grade on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin that scores 65 or higher is considered gem quality and can command premium prices. When a rare error is found on a high-grade coin, the value multiplies dramatically, making it a centerpiece in any collection. Over the years, several auctions have brought rare 1976 Lincoln pennies into the spotlight. These sales often draw fierce bidding, as seasoned collectors and investors recognize the historical importance and market scarcity of such coins. Prices vary based on condition and rarity, but when the right coin comes to the market, collectors are willing to go the distance to own it, What makes the 1976 penny especially intriguing is that most people don't expect it to be valuable. It wasn't a silver coin, it wasn't part of the bicentennial redesigns, and it didn't include dual dates. But that's precisely why it's such a quiet marvel. Its rarity doesn't scream for attention, it waits patiently to be discovered. Thousands of these coins are still out there, buried in desk drawers, tucked into piggy banks, or sitting at the bottom of mason jars. It could be in your home, your grandparents' collection, or a pocket full of spare change from years past. The potential for finding a high-value 1976 penny isn't just a dream, it's a very real possibility. Collectors know that the combination of a rare mint error, stunning condition, and the right provenance can turn a humble penny into a prized possession. And that's exactly what's happened in more than one instance, where common-looking pennies turned out to be something far more significant. For those just getting into coin collecting, the 1976 penny is a perfect place to start. It's a reminder that greatness can be hidden in the smallest things, and that with patience and curiosity, anyone can uncover a piece of history. And for one extremely rare example of the 1976 Lincoln 1-cent penny, featuring a remarkable double die obverse and flawless red condition, the excitement reached its peak. This coin, authenticated and certified at a top grading level, went on to stun the collecting community with its final appraisal. That very 1976 Lincoln penny was valued at $120,000. Top 4. Every now and then, a coin that seems completely ordinary turns out to be something far more extraordinary. Among the billions of pennies minted across decades in the United States, there are a few that rise above the rest, hiding rare secrets within their copper surface. One such unassuming yet fascinating piece is the Lincoln 1-cent penny from the year 1981, a coin that could easily pass through your hands unnoticed, yet might carry a hidden value far beyond its face. The Lincoln penny is the longest-running coin design in American history. Introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it has become a symbol not only of the nation's currency, but of American perseverance. By the time 1981 rolled around, this coin had already spent decades in the pockets, purses, and piggy banks of everyday Americans. But the 1981 penny was more than just another year in the series. It was the end of an era. What makes the 1981 penny especially intriguing is its place in the timeline of U.S. coinage history. This was the final full year the Lincoln cent was struck primarily using the traditional copper-based alloy of 95% copper and 5% zinc. Starting in 1982, the U.S. Mint shifted to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper coating due to the rising price of copper. That alone gives the 1981 penny a nostalgic and valuable edge in collectors' eyes. But there's more to this coin's allure than just its metal. In 1981, pennies were struck at all three major U.S. mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Those bearing the D and S mint marks came from Denver and San Francisco, respectively. Philadelphia coins, as usual for that time, carried no mint mark. While billions were produced, the hunt for rare versions of these coins keeps collectors scanning every 1981 penny they come across. The San Francisco Mint in 1981 produced beautiful proof pennies, coins with exceptional mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. But some of these proof coins were struck with flawed dies, creating errors that are incredibly rare and valuable today. One such error is the famous Type 2 mint mark variety, where the S is much clearer and sharper than in the Type 1 version. This minor difference in mint mark design can dramatically affect the coin's value. Then there are the less obvious but even more coveted errors. Doubled Die Obverse, where the design elements are struck twice slightly out of alignment, create a ghostly shadow effect on the date or lettering. When these occur on a 1981 penny, especially in uncirculated or proof condition, they become the center of attention at auctions and among private collectors. Another aspect of the 1981 Lincoln penny that draws interest is its potential for high-grade condition. Most pennies go into circulation and wear down quickly, losing their original luster and fine details. But when a 1981 penny is discovered in mint state red condition, meaning it still glows with that bright reddish-orange shine, it becomes instantly more desirable, especially if it's free from scratches or spots. What elevates a coin from common to extraordinary is not just one factor, it's a combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand. For the 1981 penny, all three converge in specific examples. Proof coins with Type II mint marks, regular strike coins with rare errors, and pristine high-grade pieces have all made waves in the coin collecting world. The appeal also lies in the thrill of the unexpected. Imagine going through a roll of old pennies or sorting through pocket change and spotting a 1981 coin. At first glance, it's just another cent. But upon closer inspection, the date seems doubled or the mint mark is unusually sharp. That moment of discovery can be both exciting and life-changing. Collectors around the world continuously search for rare versions of the 1981 penny. Online marketplaces, coin shows, and professional auctions frequently feature these pieces, drawing interest from both seasoned numismatists and curious newcomers. The buzz around these coins has only grown with time, especially as more high-value examples surface in surprising places. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC have authenticated and certified many 1981 pennies, and those with rare varieties or flawless conditions consistently achieve high grades. A penny graded MS67 or higher, especially one with a rare mint mark or error, becomes a true trophy in any collector's case. Over the years, stories have emerged of people finding extremely rare 1981 pennies in old coffee cans, inherited coin jars, or tucked away in childhood collections. These real-life discoveries inspire hope in collectors and enthusiasts, reinforcing the idea that treasure could be just around the corner, or right inside your home. It's this blend of history, chance, and hidden value that keeps the 1981 Lincoln penny at the forefront of collector interest. Whether you're a beginner or an expert, the idea that a small copper coin could be worth thousands is simply irresistible. Unlike many other coins, the Lincoln cent hasn't undergone radical design changes in recent decades, which makes finding rare variations and errors all the more exciting. The differences are subtle, sometimes microscopic, but they are the key to unlocking substantial value. And for one particular 1981 Lincoln penny, everything lined up perfectly. It featured a flawless doubled die error on the obverse, stunning red condition, and was preserved in an untouched state since the day it left the mint. It wasn't just another coin, it was a once-in-a-lifetime find. This incredible penny stunned the coin collecting world. After authentication and intense bidding at a major numismatic auction, it sold for a remarkable sum that many could hardly believe a 1-cent coin could ever command. That very 1981 Lincoln penny was valued at $95,000. Top 5. In the exciting world of coin collecting, there are some coins that don't just tell a story, they hold a secret. And one of those mysterious treasures comes in the form of the humble Lincoln 1-cent penny from the year 1982. To the average person, it might look like just another old penny, but to seasoned collectors and sharp-eyed enthusiasts, the 1982 Lincoln cent is one of the most fascinating and valuable coins ever released into circulation. At first glance, nothing seems particularly unusual about the 1982 penny. It still features the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It still bears the motto, "In God We Trust," the word, "Liberty," and of course the date. But what lies beneath the surface is a complex story of transition, experimentation, and a unique moment in American coinage history. The year 1982 was a turning point for the U.S. Mint. For decades, pennies had been composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But due to rising copper prices, it became more expensive to produce the coin than its actual face value. So, in 1982, the mint began switching to a new composition, 97.5% zinc with only a thin layer of copper plating. This change was crucial in keeping production costs down, but it also led to something unexpected. Unlike most other coin transitions, the switch from copper to zinc didn't happen at once. Instead, both types were struck throughout the year at all three major mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. That means there are both copper and zinc pennies from 1982, creating a mix of varieties that collectors are still sorting through today. and hidden within those varieties are some incredibly rare and valuable pieces. Adding to the intrigue, there are 7 known varieties of the 1982 Lincoln penny. These include both large date and small date versions of the copper and zinc coins from both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Each of these varieties looks nearly identical to the untrained eye, but under closer examination, the differences are clear, and some combinations are exceedingly rare. The most legendary of these is the 1982 small date penny struck in copper. For years, it was believed that all 1982 small date pennies were made of the new zinc alloy. But in 2016, a collector stunned the numismatic world when he discovered a 1982 small date penny made of copper, a coin previously thought not to exist. Only a few examples of this coin have ever been found, and they are among the most coveted Lincoln cents in history. Because these coins look so similar to each other, many people might have a rare 1982 penny sitting unnoticed in their collection or loose change jar. The only way to tell if a 1982 penny is copper or zinc is by weighing it. Copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies are lighter, around 2.5 grams. A simple scale could be the tool that turns an ordinary penny into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Beyond the metal composition and date size, errors also play a major role in the 1982 penny's appeal. Minting mistakes such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, and die cracks can significantly increase a coin's value. A doubled die error on a 1982 penny, especially in mint state, can command impressive prices among collectors and investors alike. The condition of the coin is another major factor. Coins that have been in circulation for years are usually scratched, worn, and discolored. But a 1982 penny found in pristine, mint-red condition, especially one with a rare variety or error, can be worth many times more than its weight in copper. Collectors seek out these high-grade examples with unmatched enthusiasm. Adding to the mystique is the fact that so many of these pennies remain in circulation today. The chances of finding a rare 1982 variety in an old piggy bank, a coin jar, or even your pocket are real. That sense of possibility is what keeps collectors hunting, searching, and sifting through piles of change in hopes of striking it rich with a copper gem. It's not just about the money. The 1982 penny is a time capsule from a moment when America was shifting its priorities, experimenting with change, and unknowingly creating numismatic treasures. It represents the end of an era and the beginning of a new one, all captured in a single, tiny coin. And while most people never give a second glance to a penny, collectors know that every detail matters. The thickness of the numbers in the date, the weight of the coin, the feel of its surface, all of these things can be clues to a hidden rarity. Across the country and around the world, collectors are on a constant hunt for the most elusive 1982 Lincoln cent varieties. Whether you're just starting out or you've been collecting for decades, this coin remains a thrilling mystery waiting to be solved. It's easy to imagine someone finding one of these rare coins completely by accident, perhaps while helping a child with a coin collection, or simply counting out change at a store. That quiet moment of recognition, that sudden rush of excitement, is what makes coin collecting so magical. The 1982 Lincoln penny is proof that greatness can hide in plain sight. It teaches us to pay attention, to notice the small things, and to remember that even the tiniest piece of history can carry enormous value. The value of these rare coins continues to rise as awareness grows and more collectors enter the market. The few surviving examples of the rarest varieties are already commanding top dollar at major auctions and private sales. One particular example of a 1982 Lincoln penny, a small date, copper version with a Denver mint mark, shocked the collecting community. It was expertly preserved, flawlessly struck, and confirmed as one of the few known examples of its kind. After intense interest and competition from buyers, it achieved a final sale that set a record. That one rare 1982 Lincoln 1-cent penny was valued at $90,000.